Hi friends! Alright, I am going to show you my typical curly hair routine. So you can tell I just took a shower. I have one product that I use while I'm in the shower. So I just shampoo and condition in the shower. You can use whatever shampoo and conditioner you want. I don't use anything fancy. I think it's just like Tresemme brand. But while I'm in the shower, after I have shampooed and conditioned, I will go in with this Tresemme Flawless Curls combing cream. And I just squirt it in my hand like a quarter size amount. And then obviously my hair is still soaking wet and I just run it through all over my hair, run it through really well. And then I will wrap it up in, this is just an old cotton t-shirt. That's what I prefer to use instead of like a towel. I don't really like microfiber. I have found that just old cotton t-shirts are my favorite thing to use. So I just got out of the shower, I got dressed, and let's get started. So again, I've got that cream in my hair. It's been sitting there while I have been getting dressed. And then although you might hear some background noise, I have 3 kids. It's just what it's like here. So we've got the curl cream. It's been sitting in my hair just while I get dressed. And then what I like to do, well, first of all of these products are very affordable. I don't spend a lot of money on beauty products or hair products or anything like that. It's just not really in the budget for me, and I would prefer just to spend my money elsewhere. So these are all just like Walmart or, grocery store finds. You can get pretty much anywhere. So first of all, like I showed you, go in with the Flawless Curls combing cream in the shower, and then wrap it up. Once we get out, we'll take the towel off, and it's still really wet because I haven't been out for a long time. So you can see it's still really wet here. And then what I usually do is we're just gonna go with like a middle part today. And at this point, I'm not really super concerned about, keeping the curls together because of how I do it. So I'll show you what I do. All right. So the next product I use is this Not Your Mother's Frizz Control Curl Talk Sculpting Gel. It says it has a flexible, firm hold, level 3. So I don't know how accurate this is. You know how you Google and research stuff online, but I read that if you get like a water-based gel, because you know how some gels, if you're a curly hair girl, you probably know this, some gels will make your hair really crunchy, and even if you wear it like multiple days, you'll get like some white residue in your hair. I read, again, I don't know how accurate this is, I read that if you use like a water-based gel, those white flakes won't show up, so you won't get those. And so far it's proved true for me. So I've been using this probably for a year plus now, and I really like it. I like it a lot. So this is my go-to. And then I just go through and I run this through. So I put like probably like a quarter size amount in my hand. We're gonna rub it together, and I just go through and make sure I get everywhere really, really well. First on this side, and then I'll do another quarter sized amount on the other side. All right, so I got this side pretty well. And then again, I'll just get another bit and we'll put it through the other side. And honestly, I really need a haircut. I usually just cut my own hair. For a while there, I had curly hair bangs, which I think I want to do again. So I may cut them soon. Maybe that'll be another video. Because I've been growing the bangs out, so they're like a little longer now. I just don't love the cut overall, but we're working with what we've got. I really want my hair to grow out longer, because this is actually pretty short for me. But You know how after you have kids, I've got a 3-year-old right now. You know how after you have kids, sometimes you just need a change. So I chopped it, I don't know, 1.5 years ago, and just been trying to grow it back out since. All right, so now that I feel like that is through really, really well, I have this, let me get the hair off my hands. I've got this brush that I just got on Amazon. I think it was maybe like $10, so it's not expensive, but you can see it's got like the bristles, but then it also has this edge, and this edge is what's gonna help our curls clump back together. So I do like to separate my hair at this part. Let's see if I can find a clip. Let's use this clip. So just separate it a couple times. Right. And we just take our brush and just get a clump, and you kind of brush and use the edges, and you can kind of see, let's see if I can find a better example. All right, I'll take another clump. You kind of run it through the brush and the sides at the same time, and you can see it sort of like is clumping back up together. And then I usually just go through this pretty quickly. Nothing fancy. And I'll go through this side. All right, let's see if you can tell. So it's not like ultra clumpy, but it usually ends up looking really good once you dry it. And then I'll usually make sure I just got the back really good. So once I'm done with that, I'll sort of just do this number right here, and then move on to the next section. So not a lot involved. It's pretty simple, minimal products, quick, efficient. Just how it's got to be when you're a busy mom. All right, we'll go to the next section. And we'll just go through that quickly too. So then, oh, I've got some of that hair. All right. Obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect because that's the beauty of curly hair. It's really forgiving. It's okay if it looks a little wild, right? Okay. Probably do 2 more sections and then call it a day. Honestly, probably could have done that in 1 section, but do it in 2. You can see sort of where these pieces, they were a little shorter. Okay. And I do have really like naturally really curly hair. But I have heard that these brushes work wonders on people even who just have like wavy hair, or who think their hair is like mostly straight. It's worth a try. And again, I'll just go in the back and sort of make sure I get these back pieces. Do this a little bit. And then we'll finish up. Right. I usually like to make sure this front piece isn't too big of a clump. See how that clumps all the pieces together so well though? And again, like, so before I had this brush, I did, you know, there was a time period there where I was going in and like twisting each curl. I just don't have time for that. Or patience. I probably could find the time, but I don't want to. I want something quick and I want something efficient. I have things to do. Again, I will go through some of these just like top back pieces. Make sure that I have pretty well. Make sure I've gotten all of them really well. Okay. And then I know everyone has a different way of diffusing their hair, different, you know, different things they like. I had a hairstylist one time who suggested, hold on, I'm gonna dry my hands, who mentioned that if you go in, put your diffuser attachment on, but you're not actually gonna be touching your hair or diffusing yet, and then you just go through and you just kind of hover around your hair so that it's not getting a ton of hair like blasting, or a ton of air blasting at your hair, but it kind of just like builds almost like a cast so that it doesn't get as frizzy. So I like to do that. So I do that first, and then we go back through and I will diffuse a little bit. And but I don't diffuse until it's completely dry. I personally diffuse until it's, I don't know, 60-70% of the way dry, and then I will let it air dry the rest of the way. So for this part, as I'm just doing the cast for my hair, I like to go in with high heat and like high setting, like high airflow, since I'm not touching my hair. However, when I do go in to like actually diffuse it, I will turn it down to low heat and low airflow, just for less damage and less frizz. So for now, as I'm doing the cast, I will be doing it on hot and on high airflow. So let's do it. All right, once we've done that for just a few minutes, I don't have to do it for a super long time, I'll come in and diffuse it a little bit. Now, I will say, like, these front parts, because they're not super long, I don't usually diffuse these because they will scrunch up way shorter, and I don't want them to. Yeah, just personal preference. All right, so again, we're gonna go on low airflow and warm, like low heat. Also, can we just take a moment? Look at this gray hair. I am 30, what am I? 34? I'll be 35 this year. It's a lot of gray hair. All right, so that is usually about as far as I will go in terms of using the blow dryer. And this is nothing fancy. This is literally just like a $20-$30 Revlon blow dryer from Amazon several years ago. I don't even know if it still exists, but yeah, so we've diffused it. It is, I'd say, like 50% of the way dry. And then I am going to go hang out with my fam, let it air dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you once it's dry and we can style it together and I'll show you the end result. It's pretty easy. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, we are back after I have let my hair air dry the rest of the way. Made some dinner. We've got white chicken chili cooking. I have the best white chicken chili recipe. Maybe I'll have to share it one day. So that's cooking. Hang out with my fam a bit. Did some quick makeup. And I'll show you how I'm gonna finish. So I was recently out of town and I had a hair oil that I like to use, and I think I lost it while I was out of town. So I haven't bought a new one yet, but I have this face oil from a farmer's market, just like a local farmer's market near me, and all the ingredients are great for hair as well. So I'm just gonna use that today. So this is the hair oil I'll be using, and you can see if you look at it, it does look almost like just a little bit crunchy almost. It feels a little stiff. So we're gonna go in there and sort of just loosen it up, make it feel a little more natural. So I'll just take a couple drops of this, and then just kind of scrunch out the crunchiness. And another important thing to note, I'll say, is that I do live in the Southeast, where it's really, really humid. So keep that in mind when noticing the products that I'm using. I do need something that's gonna hold pretty well, and that kind of keeps a lot of the crazy frizz at bay. I know some people like to use like just a curl cream or things like that, which I feel like I could maybe get away with in some different climates, but being in the very, very humid South, adding more hair oil in the very, very humid South, I feel like it's harder to get away with not using something with a little bit of a stronger hold. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind some frizz. It kind of just is natural. It doesn't bother me. Comes with the territory of having curly hair. But of course, I don't necessarily want it to just become completely out of control. So we're just gonna keep doing that until it's feeling real soft. We'll go in and we'll do the back. Get the top a little bit more. All right, looking a little, get this part a little bit more. I think we're looking a little less stiff. And then as the day goes on and multiple days go on, because I won't wash this again for another couple days, it obviously will continue to look less and less crunchy. All right, now here is the finished look. Again, I really need a haircut. I think I want to cut some of these a little bit where it's a little thinner down below. I usually cut my own hair, like I said, so I can just go in and kind of chop that a bit. But specifically with how my hair is cut right now, I really like to do like a half up look. That's what I'm gonna go with today. Do kind of a loose little, like, pull up the sides and then go in. And I like to keep some of this down. This side's already looking pretty good with the loose pieces. And then I'll probably just twist this up a bit. A bit. And do kind of a fun little just a curly little updo. All right. Well, there's the final look. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I'll show you back too. All right, there you have it. All right, thanks for watching today, and I hope you'll stay tuned for some more videos. See ya.